Good evening. It's taken 7 weeks, but there's finally been an agreement between Birmingham City Council and the bin workers over changes to their pay and working conditions. It means that rubbish collections will return to normal for now. The 48 days of strike action caused large piles of bin bags and overflowing wheelie bins to litter the city's streets and suburbs. Well, today the conciliation service ACAS announced that both sides had made sufficient progress to suspend the dispute. Sarah Bishop reports.
Okay.
Back with a smile on their faces, Birmingham's bin men have got a deal they're happy with. No downgraded jobs, no loss of thousands of pounds of pay, but in return the council want them to work a 5-day week.
We had to make a stand, and we believe we've made a stand following all the processes, and we've achieved our objective, and we're chuffed about that.
Yeah, we've lost money, but now we can move on now, pay our mortgages, get back to work and do the job we're supposed to be doing and clear the streets.
It's taken 48 days of picketing and protesting to get here, and unions are claiming it's a victory for the workers.
Common sense has prevailed. This ultimately was about working people being asked to pay for mismanagement and for poor practices of the past, and that is not happening. And that's a victory for common sense, and my members can be very proud of the role that they played.
In neighbourhoods across the city where rubbish has been festering, there's now relief.
Hallelujah, and thank God for that. It's been such a relief now, knowing that they've gone back to work.
At last, no more stinking streets in Birmingham. It's about time, really.
Marvellous, I'm delighted.
Unions have paid tribute to this man, City Council leader John Clancy, for his part in brokering this deal. Others, though, have been critical of the time it's taken.
This dispute has gone on for too long, but it's important to welcome the fact that those involved in the dispute came together and ultimately an agreement was concluded. Not least because I cannot remember an event in Birmingham where there's been quite as much expressions of public concern as there has been over this dispute.
The only words from the council today, not ones of delight and relief, just a reminder that no formal position on the dispute will be made until there's been a special cabinet meeting on Thursday.
Well, let's get more on this now. Sarah's in Birmingham for us this evening. Sarah, there has been some agreement between the council and the union, but it's not a done deal, is it?
No, there's still plenty more negotiation to go. I think what we have here, Mary, is a gentleman's agreement, a handshake, if you like, between John Clancy, the leader of the council, on one side, and the General Secretary of Unite, Howard Beckett, on the other. And now they are just hoping and willing that everyone else gets with the programme behind them. And by that, I mean the members themselves of Unite, the bin collectors, they've now got to agree to this 5-day working week. At the moment, of course, they do just 4 days. And the council, very clear from the council today that its formal position on this dispute is as it was at the beginning of June when all this started. And until we have that meeting next week, that special meeting of the cabinet, that nothing has changed. There's one very telling thing in all of this. The press release from Unite today, it talked about the climate now being more conducive for smooth negotiations. Now they've got this agreement in principle, but they did say that John Clancy had gone that extra mile despite the reservations of some top council officials. So I think that tells you a little bit about what's been going on.
All interesting stuff. Sarah Bishop, thank you for that. New baggage handlers are being trained to work at Birmingham Airport following complaints about long delays for travellers. Some passengers have had to wait several hours for their luggage to be unloaded, while others have been stuck on planes unable to disembark. James Boville reports.
It's been a record summer for Birmingham Airport. Passenger numbers are up 12%. But not everyone has enjoyed the experience.
Yeah, a bit of sunburn going on there.
The McCarthys from Great Bar in Birmingham had a memorable family holiday to Tenerife last month.